Evening and welcome to the Planning Commission of the City of Moreno Valley. I now call this meeting to order on October 22nd, 2020 at 7:06 p.m. May we have the roll call, please?
Commissioner Brugaris,
Here.
Commissioner Stefan,
Present.
Commissioner Harris,
Here.
Turn that off.
Commissioner
Set
DeJournette.
that phone on vibrate.
Yes, please be sure your phones are silent. All right, I'm going to continue. Commissioner Sims,
Here.
Vice Chairperson Baker,
Here.
Chairperson Corsick.
Present. Next goes to the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Commissioner Harris.
Okay. I pledge allegiance
To
the
flag
Of
of
the
the
United
United
States
States
of
of
America
America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. We're now going to move to the approval of the agenda. Could you please raise your hand to make the motion and the second? Who will make the motion to approve the agenda?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Baker?
Okay, sorry.
Commissioner Baker moved,
Yes.
Oh,
and who's the second?
I'll second it.
All right, thank you, Commissioner DeJournette. All right, let's do the roll call.
Commissioner Brugaris,
Yes.
Commissioner Stefan. I apologize.
she's muted.
Okay, there. Yes. Can you hear
Commissioner
me?
Harris,
Here. Yes.
Commissioner DeJournette,
Yes.
Commissioner Sims,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Baker,
Yes.
and Chairperson Corsick.
Yes, motion's carried. Next, we have the public comments procedure. During the public comment period for each item, as well as during the public comment period for items not on the agenda, each member of the public who has signed up to speak will have a maximum of 3 minutes to speak. If you do not wish to make public comments, please be aware that if you are attending this meeting through the Zoom platform, you will be displayed as a speaker. Those wishing to view the meeting without making comments can do so via the city's website at www.moval.org/MV3LIVE. This link is available through the city's website, and it can also be viewed on YouTube Live and on channel MV3. Somebody's still buzzing. Okay. The next item is public comments on any item not on the agenda. Are there any speakers?
This time we have no speakers signed up.
Okay, moving along to the consent calendar. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the consent calendar. All items listed under the consent calendar are considered to be routine and non-controversial and may be enacted by one motion unless a member of the commission requests that an item be removed for separate action. Items withdrawn for report or discussion will be heard after the public hearing items. Questions or comments from the public on a consent calendar matter are limited to 3 minutes per individual and must pertain to the subject under consideration. And item number 1 are the minutes of September 10th, 2020. Could we have a motion? Did anyone raise their hand?
I'll move to approve the minutes as submitted.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Baker.
I'll
And who will second?
I will.
Thank you, Commissioner Harris. May we have the roll call, please?
Commissioner Brugaris,
Yes.
Commissioner Stefan,
Yes.
Commissioner Harris,
Yes.
Commissioner DeJournette,
Yes.
Commissioner Sims,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Baker,
Yes.
and Chairperson Corsick.
Yes, item carries. Next, we have no items for discussion on non-public hearing items. We're moving on to our public hearing items. First one is item number 1, an amended conditional use permit for a new sanctuary building and repurposing an existing sanctuary building for a children's Sunday school. May we have the staff report, please?
Madam Chair, this item will be presented by Associate Planner Gabriel Diaz.
Thank you, Chairman and Commissioners. The applicant is requesting the approval of an amended conditional use permit CUP application to construct a new 5,776 square foot sanctuary building and to reuse the existing 2,400 square foot sanctuary building as a children's Sunday school. Next slide, please. The project is located at the southeast corner of Ironwood Avenue and Indian Street. The project site is currently developed as the New Life Christian Fellowship Church and has an existing 2 buildings on the site. The project is surrounded by single-family homes to the north, east, and west, all zoned single-family residential R5. And to the south, there is, I believe it's the Lighthouse Baptist Church, also zoned single-family residential R5. Next slide, please. The project site is also zoned R5 in the single-family residential zone. Next slide, please. The new sanctuary is being proposed on the northwest corner of the property, along with additional parking to the south and refinishing of the parking to the east. The project site is also accessible from 2 existing driveways that will be improved on Ironwood Avenue on the north and Indian Street on the west. Also shown on this site plan are 2 future buildings. One is a school building and a gym. Those buildings will be reviewed in the future when the applicant submits an application for those, whenever that time comes and they're prepared to construct those buildings. Next slide. The new sanctuary building floor plan is a single story and will include seating for approximately. The elevations of the sanctuary includes a variety of colors. It's a single story building. It also includes architectural features and roof lines that provide visual interest. Other architectural features include stucco exterior walls, metal ribbed roof, stucco trim around the windows, and a covered patio at the entrance of the sanctuary. Next slide, please. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission find the proposed project exempt from the provisions of the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA guidelines as a Class 1 exemption, Section 15301, existing facilities. The proposed project falls within the Class 1 exemption in that it involves the construction of a 5,776 square foot building, a change in the purposes, but not in the use of the existing 2,400 square foot sanctuary building. The project will continue to be served by existing utilities, and the site is not considered to be environmentally sensitive. The site is fully developed. Notification, public notice was sent to all property owners, posted on site, and published in the local newspaper. I have not received any calls from the public. There was, I think, an inquiry from one of the commissioners. Want to know if the new building would be sprinklered. And yes, there is a fire condition, and that would be condition 42, and that requires a sprinkler system. There are no other calls to report. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission take the recommended actions as proposed by staff. Thank you. This concludes staff presentation.
Are there
Any questions?
Are there any commissioner questions for staff? I do have a question. On the environmental, that class 1 exemption, I'm not understanding how that new building fits in there, because if I read this, it said it's for minor alteration of existing of the structures and no expansion. And so how does that new building fit into this exemption? I guess maybe I'm not reading something correctly.
The exemption continues. There's several sections to it. I believe there's a 3-part section, and as long as the building is under 10,000 square feet and all the utilities are provided, and there are no, and the project is not a sensitive area, it qualifies for that exemption. The use is continuing. It's still a church use. That's not changing.
Okay.
They're just adding to the existing property.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, at this
Baker does
time,
have his hand raised.
who does?
Chairperson Corsick. Vice Chairperson Baker, you
Oh,
have your
sure.
hand raised.
Yes. I didn't have my hand up, no.
Oh, I see your electronic hand up, so I apologize.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Anyone else have a question?
I don't see anybody else.
I don't see any hands up. I don't see all the people on the screen, so I can't see if their hands are raised. At this time, would the applicant like to speak?
Hello, I'm Bob Ibarra. I'm the designer on the project, and Pastor Jim Samples is also on. You can pretty much see the project. It's expansion of an existing church, so I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Does anyone have questions for the applicant?
I do.
Go ahead.
To the Pastor Jim. I see that you have grown quite a bit from 2,400 square foot to now 5,700 square foot. So that means that the members are attending the church. So my question to you is, how long are you going to start developing the building?
That may take some time due to our current situation. We're not, with the pandemic going on, it may take us some time to get some things done. But we've already got, we still have to have complete drawings done. We still have to get financing for some things. So it's going to take some time. I would guess probably a good year before we're ready to go.
Well, that's not too bad for all those that pray about things, I understand. So the existing building, the 2,400 square foot, are there going to be an age range in that school for the children's study? Are they from kindergarten to 12 or infant?
It'll be
many churches?
Yeah, it'll be likely kindergarten up to, newborn, those that we have newborn up to about 12 years old. And then another building that we have on site will take care of our youth for this time.
Okay.
Until one day we can build a future building.
Okay, good. Let me ask another question on the future building, because you mentioned school. Is that going to be like a epidemic where they teach from kindergarten to 12 in the future, educational?
We'd like it to be that. We're probably going to begin with a preschool, but yes.
Okay, all right, yeah, because I see the gym, see gym, school, but hopefully it'll work out for you in the future. Good luck. Thank you, Pastor. God bless.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, if we have no more questions at this time, we're now going to open public testimony. The clerk will call upon each person who is on the Zoom app that has requested to speak. Each member of the public wishing to speak will have a maximum of 3 minutes to speak on the agenda item. Do we have any people wishing to make public comments?
I do have Tom Jarrell signed up to speak. I do see he is in the attendees.
Okay.
If we could please move him over. That way he can speak.
Hello, this is Tom Jarrell. Should I start speaking?
Yes, sir.
Am I transmitting okay?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Okay. My name is Tom Gerald, Jerele, local resident since 1981 in Moreno Valley. And I reside due north of that property, and I do my primary work due south of it. So I cross it often and see the activity level. I think the project would be an improvement to the area, particularly to get the balance of the street improvements done to kind of clean up the corner. And the churches, there's two churches there. There's one right on the corner, and then the other one to the south. And so I think they've been good neighbors, and I have not experienced any problems from their activities. And so I think the added value of a completed project would be good. Plus the street improvements would be of high value to the general circulation of the area. And that's pretty much all my comments.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gerald. Is there anyone else?
I have nobody else signed up to speak.
Okay. Would the applicant like to say anything else?
Well, only that it's been a project that the church has been working on for some time and worked through all the details of the property. So we're really looking forward to moving further with it. And it's been a lot of thought's been put towards it to be a positive thing for that corner. So. Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right, I will now close the public hearing and we'll move on to deliberations. Ashley, can we do a roll call and go through everybody on the deliberations, please?
Commissioner Bergaris.
Hello, thank you. I had an opportunity to go out to the site and to be able to get on the site when there was a landscaper doing some work. I was able to speak to him for a little while because he's a church member. So he was surprised that I was there. He didn't know about the gift that may come later if it does get approved tonight. So he was happy to hear that the church was going to put a brand new sanctuary and because of the growth. So I was happy to hear him be excited. So I'm glad that the church is a foundation of City of Moreno Valley, because a church can bring people together in times of needs, in times of troubles, meet new friends, have the great barbecues as they do often enough in the afternoon, things like that. And they have a lot of fellowship. So I'm happy to hear that the church is ready to move on to a new sanctuary so they'll have more members to the body. And I look forward to seeing it grow. I mean, really, truly, I love churches. They bring a lot of spiritual need to the City of Moreno Valley and to the residents, especially to the local residents that live nearby the church. And that's a beautiful thing to see when people get up in the morning and they're able to come to a local church to fellowship. So I hope that it works well for the pastor and the rest of the members and the community there. Thank you.
Commissioner Steffen. Just a moment, Commissioner Steffen.
Okay, I got it. No, I think it's actually a very positive thing that they want to do there on that corner. I go by there all the time. I go to Walgreens to pick up prescriptions. And I've always liked the fact that they do have a church there. I don't see any problem. It's kind of nice that they want to build onto the church. I know that everybody's taken a beating this year and they are looking to the future. So I hope everything goes as planned. I know they had to kind of shelf a few things, I would imagine, but God willing, everything will go good. And I do like the fact it is a positive thing for the community. That's all.
Commissioner Harris.
I think this is a well thought out project. The architecture looks very nice, and I plan on voting for it.
Commissioner DeJournette.
I concur. Anytime a church can grow and bring in more members, it adds nothing but positivity to the community. I'm just happy that that you're growing and that you're getting bigger, and getting bigger would mean more members, and that's a wonderful thing all the way around. So good luck on your part.
Commissioner Sims.
I agree with all the other commissioners. I think it's a great project, and I plan to support it. And I wish you the best. Hope the construction goes as easy as possible.
Vice Chairperson Baker.
You know, I was on the project right after Commissioner McGarris and talked to the landscaper also. I think it's a good project. It'll really promote that corner. And I'm with the other commissioners. Anytime you have a community church growing, it's a positive thing for the city. So I'm in favor of it.
And Chairperson Corsick.
Well, it's nice to see a really positive project come up that's non-controversial. I think it will do wonders for that area. It's nicely designed. It fits into the landscaping, and I'm definitely going to support it. Do we have any other commissioners that would like to make additional comments before we go for the vote? If not,
I don't.
Okay.
I don't see any other hands raised.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. So can we please have a motion by the first person raising their hand, and then a second, please?
Commissioner Sims, I believe, would like to make the motion.
Okay, I make a motion that the Planning Commission approve resolution number 2020-41.
And we have a second from Commissioner DeJournette.
Yes.
Okay. May we have the roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Brugaris,
Yes.
Commissioner Stefan,
Yes.
Commissioner Harris,
Yes.
Commissioner DeJournette,
Yes.
Commissioner Sims,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Baker,
Yes.
Chairperson Corsick.
Yes. Motion carries unanimous. Congratulations. Can we please have a staff wrap up?
Sure. The action taken by the Planning Commission this evening is an appealable action. Any interested party would need to file an appeal within 15 days, directed in writing to the Community Development Director and accompanied by the appropriate filing fee. Any appeal would be scheduled for hearing in front of the City Council. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to move on to the next public hearing item, which is item 2. It's a conditional use permit for a new smoke shop. May we have the staff report, please?
Madam Chair, this item would be presented by Associate Planner Julia Dakota.
Thank you.
Good evening, Planning Commissioners. The item before you tonight is a conditional use permit for a smoke shop. It's 1020-0091. Next slide, please. The location is in the existing shopping center on Sunnymead Boulevard and Heacock Street along the southerly portion of the center in approximately a 900 square foot suite. The applicant is relocating his established business from 23031 Sunnymead Boulevard to this location. The use and business operations is consistent with the zoning in this area and with his current operation, where he has been for approximately 6 years. Next slide, please. The zoning is community commercial within the Village Specific Plan 204, which allows the use with an approval of a conditional use permit. Properties to the north, east, and west are all also within the Village Plan Specific Plan 204 community commercial, and the properties to the south have a combination of R5, which is single family residential existing, as well as some community commercial outside of the specific plan along Heacock Street. Next slide, please. So this slide shows the existing shopping center. You can see the access is from Sunnymead Boulevard. There's multiple driveways along Sunnymead Boulevard, as well as a access to it from Heacock Street. The shopping center has been there in excess of 25, maybe 35 years. It's been revamped in the early years and has a multitude of different types of businesses within that center, including fast food, stores, stationary stores, and those types of uses. And the project is consistent with the retail aspect of the center. There will be no changes to the exterior of the building with this application, nor any changes to the access or parking lot areas. The applicant will have to do a tenant improvement with the Building and Safety Division to get his license moved from one location to the other for the certificate of occupancy, but that comes later in the process. The project was routed internally with the planning division and also with the police department for their review, and there were no issues or concerns brought up by the police department. Next slide, please. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission approve Resolution 2020-40 and thereby determine that 1020-0091, a conditional use permit, is exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act as a categorical 1 exemption, section 15301 for existing facilities, and approve 1020-0091 conditional use permit for an existing structure as approved. With the conditions of approval. This concludes staff's presentation, and at this time, staff is available as well as the applicant for any comments or questions you might have. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any commissioner questions for staff first?
I have a question. There's no alcohol involved in the existing business at all, right?
That's correct. There's no alcohol.
There's no alcohol. Because I learned something tonight when I heard that he needed to get permission to move his license from the existing business to the new business. And why is that now?
Business license.
Well, he'll have to do a business license, address change, and then in his new location, he'll have to do a new certificate of occupancy, which goes along with the actual interior of the building. Has nothing to do with the exterior.
I got it, right. Because I went by the place and I saw the businesses around it, and he's like in the middle of everybody. So I did see that. So good, I learned something from moving from one place to another, how you cannot just go and park your license up against the wall and open up the doors. So that's good. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Are there any other questions? If not, would the applicant like to speak? If no, maybe.
Oh, he's muted.
Like I have a request to
There
you
he
guys. Hi, and request to you guys because my current property I am doing this business and I am doing very properly as like whatever you need from the city, from the state. I maintains everything, all the papers and everything. I don't want to do something wrong. And last 6 years, I hope you guys don't. I don't bother you guys, and you guys always help. The city always help me. Anything else I need. So right now I'm moving. It's not my choice. Is my property is sold. That's why I have to move. And this is my main business. This business I serve my family from this business, and I'm trying like last 8 to 9 months to do that. So that's why I tell everybody, request to everybody that if nothing wrong, then please accept that. That's my and thank you everybody to give me the chance to talk.
Thank you. Do any commissioners have questions of the applicant? If not, we're going to open up for public testimony. All right, the clerk will call upon each person who is on the Zoom app that has requested to speak. Each member of the public wishing to speak will have a maximum of 3 minutes to speak on this agenda item. Do we have any members of the public wishing to comment?
I have Tom Jarrell.
Okay.
Tom,
Not
if you're there, you have to hit *6 and then you will be unmuted. It looks like he was at the meeting.
I don't see him on the board anymore.
Yeah, it looks like he might have lost the call.
Should we wait? I'm not sure of the procedure if we think we've lost him.
Madam Chair, why don't you go ahead and proceed? And if we see that he comes back in, you might afford him the opportunity to speak if we're not done.
Okay, so do I close the public hearing or just keep it open right now?
Mr. Quintanilla, do we need to leave it open?
No, you do not.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to close the public hearing. If Mr. Gerald does come back, we will open it for him. At that, go ahead.
This is Julia, Associate Planner. Could I make a correction on the environmental? I misspoke, and it is a class, it's a 15332 exemption for infill development. I stated that it was the existing facilities. Both of them could apply, but we did put the 15332 infill development in the staff report as well as the resolution. So I just wanted to make that correction for the record, please.
Thank you. With that, we're going to move on to deliberations. Let's do the roll call and do our deliberations, please.
Commissioner Brugueras?
Well, I got my answer why he's moving. So I'm glad he gave that he has to move. They're selling the other place and he wants to stay in Moreno Valley. He's been with us for quite a while on Sunny Beach Boulevard. Now I'm glad that he found another place that he can start. Once again, his business, his family business, because I know it provides for him and his family. Again, I'm glad that he's not selling alcohol. So, cigarettes, you can say no to if you don't want to smoke. But again, I'm glad that he is staying in Moreno Valley. He is a businessman, and we do appreciate small businesses in Moreno Valley. Thank you for staying, sir. Done.
Commissioner Stefan?
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it. It's 900 square feet. It's not a large building. It's relatively small. He has been in business here with the city, and he has been a good steward to the city. So I don't really see any problems with it. I'm inclined to vote for it.
Commissioner Harris?
Yes, I just wanted to ask one question in regards to vaping products. Are there going to be vaping products that possibly the flavors would appeal to kids, to children?
Yes, you're asking me?
Yes.
Oh, we have very strong, what I can say, customer service. We never sell under 21. Like last 6 years, a lot of people came, a lot of company came to test us, but we never failed that because we are very strict to do that. Like under selling, we never do that. So, and vaping product, whatever the injection from the state or city, we always follow that. We never compromise with the things. So, yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you found a new place to move to, and I don't see any reason not to vote for this change.
Commissioner DeJournette?
No, same thing. And I'm glad he's a existing business owner. He's keeping his business. Thank you for staying in Moreno Valley. I just get concerned about the density of the smoke and cannabis places on Sunny Beach Boulevard, and especially in a 2400 block. It's just quite a bit. But anyway, you've been with us for a while, and thank you for not moving out of Moreno Valley and taking your business with you. And good luck with your project.
Commissioner Sims?
That's a good thing about being at the end of the line here now at the on the Zoom meeting. So what more can I say? But yeah, I do glad you're staying here in the Moreno Valley. Not so sure I like the business, but people do what they do. They need somewhere to go get their stuff. So good luck, and I plan to vote in favor of this.
Vice Chairperson Baker.
I'm glad to see, we've got a number of buildings in that block that are vacant. I'm glad to see that he's moving into that one. It'll fill that section up or help it. So I'm going to vote for it. I like the project and we'll move forward with it. Thank you.
Chairperson Corsick.
I have no issues with the project, so I'm going to vote for it. And with that, has Mr. Tom Gerald tried to come back in again?
He's down there. He's in the, I see his number there on the phone.
Yes, he's in the attendee.
All right. So do you think he wants to speak?
He did sign up to speak on
Okay.
both items. So,
So I'll open the public hearing again for him if he would like to speak.
Hi, am I transmitting?
There you go.
I apologize. I'm not the most high-tech guy, and I'm working on a cell phone, and I I dropped my own call. I cut the communication. I apologize, but it sounds like the commission is very supportive of the project. By way of disclosure, I am Mr. Ghazi's landlord. About a half a mile down the block there, he has a general merchandise store. He's been a tenant for about 3 years. He's been an honorable man. And I've been in his existing store, and I find it very well kept, and it seems like it's well policed, well run. I'm a non-smoker, so I have no vested interest in it. I wouldn't recommend it for people, but it's a legal substance, and but he seems to run a really nice shop. So it sounds like the commission's going in a good direction in favor of the project, and I support it. And I wanted to thank you for your support. I apologize for the inconvenience, sir. I appreciate you coming back to me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jarrell. And with that, we're going to close the public meeting again. And I think we're ready for a vote. Would someone like to make a motion? Please raise your hand.
Commissioner Sims would like to make the motion.
Yeah, I recommend that make a motion that the Planning Commission approve resolution number 2020-40.
Second.
Okay. I have a question. Do we need to add that that exemption 15333 into this paperwork, or just keep it at the 15332?
It should say it's 15332.
Okay, so we're okay not to, where you said that you had included. Okay, perfect. All right, let's call for the vote.
Commissioner Bugaris.
Yes.
Commissioner Stefan.
Yes.
Commissioner Harris.
Yes.
Commissioner Dejanay.
Yes.
Commissioner Sims.
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Baker.
Yes.
And Chairperson Corsick.
Yes. For that, we have an unanimous vote and the motion carries. Congratulations. And maybe have the staff wrap up, please.
Yes, the action taken tonight by the Planning Commission is appealable. Any interested party would need to file that appeal within 15 days, directed in writing to the Community Development Director, stating specific reasons and accompanied by the appropriate fee. If an appeal was received, it would be agendized for hearing before the City Council. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is other commission business, and at this time we have no items. The following item is agenda staff comments. Do we have any staff comments at this time?
I do not. Stephen, Mr. Quintanilla?
I do not.
Thank you.
Okay. And the next item on the agenda is planning commissioner comments. Do we have any commissioners' comments at this time?
I just have one. Parents, if you're listening tonight, be careful with your kids on Halloween. It's coming up and we all got to wear face masks. So remember that. They may have a costume, but we still have to wear face masks when we're within 6 feet or less. So remember that when you're out there having fun with your sons and daughters, wear face masks. Thank you.
All righty. Anyone else?
Commissioner Sims?
I wanted just to say, I saw the mayor's message that the email that he posted on it post sends out, and the proof was in the pudding, because driving down the freeway, I see that our campground along the 60 freeway has been cleaned up, and I wanted to congratulate the mayor, the council, and the leadership there at the city that worked on getting with Caltrans to help get the abatement done along the freeway to get rid of the homeless encampments along there. And I don't know if that 1-800-WE-TIP number is on the city's website, but I would strongly urge that the city put that on the website. That's one of those things, if you don't stay on top of it, it exacerbates, it gets worse and worse. So again, I applaud the city leadership for getting done with that. It's a good piece of work.
Okay. With that, at this time, the meeting is adjourned at 7:47 p.m. to our next regular meeting of November 12th, 2020. Have a nice evening and stay safe.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Sorry,
everybody.
sorry.
Bye.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, did he leave?
I think he left. Okay.
Okay. Bye,
My
everybody.
apologies.
That's okay.